All right, guys, here we are, week 10. It's matchup preview time. Yes, that's right. It is Thursday, in case you forgot. And that means matchup preview time. Let's dive in. Here we go. We have myself, your mighty commish and defending champion, against Steve, the golden douche, the original golden douche. Steve got me earlier this year, and I got to give it to him. He's got some great matchups this week. It's going to be tough sledding, especially since Mers was a total retard as per usual and bailed out Steve, who was desperate for running back help. And all Mers made him give up was a tight end who is on his third string quarterback and had a big game against the Raiders, which really wasn't even a big game. He had one 72-yard catch. If you take that away, he was total garbage. So congratulations, Mers, on being a total retard once again and making an awful trade and not understanding really what leverage is. You look at somebody's roster, Steve's running back situation was an absolute nightmare. Here you got Dion Lewis, who scored at least 18 each of his last 2 weeks, and you're going to give him up for nothing like that? Just totally stupid. You should have been able to rake Steve over the coals for a running back. He was desperate, and we're coming down to the wire. He would have done something desperate too. But this is why you're destined to be getting me my beer at the draft next year as the beer bitch. So there you go. It doesn't matter, though. Steve has the offsetting the fact that he has some great matchups is the fact that his players aren't very good. So you take that away and, yes, my matchups are not as good as Steve, but that's balanced out by my players being a lot better than his. Aaron Rodgers is going to light up the Miami Dolphins on Sunday at home. Rodgers always is the best QB second half of the year, and he's going to be a super stud starting this Sunday. Maybe you shouldn't have been talking so much crap about Aaron Rodgers. You wouldn't be in this position to get curb stomped by him. Bold prediction, Aaron Rodgers is going to outscore Breeze and Thomas combined by himself. I'm talking maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers this week. There you go. I get the W behind a monster effort from Aaron Rodgers. I don't even have to talk about Alvin Kamara. You know what Alvin Kamara is going to do. So there you go. You have a potential GD Bowl preview in Rich versus his long-lost daddy, Joe. And I swear you two could be twins or, maybe Joe's Rich from a future life or something. You two, just the similarities never end. One of the similarities being you both have awful fantasy teams. Rich's team is made a little less awful because I got Aaron Jones onto his team for him. Aaron Jones is going to have a big week against those crappy Dolphins. He might even catch 1 or 2 of those 7 touchdown passes Aaron Rodgers throws this week. Going to be a huge effort for Aaron Jones. From Joe's side of things, it is what it is with Joe every week. Joe's got Saquon, he's got AB, and not much of anything else. Adrian Peterson now is missing three of his starting offensive linemen from last week. Wouldn't count on him to do much, even against the Bucs. That's my bold prediction, is that the Bucs hold AP to 70 or less scoreless yards. I expect AP to just be a train wreck from here on out. That being said, though, if either one of you had any sense at all, at least Rich traded away Kamara and got some multiple pieces, so he has a balanced roster. If Joe had any sense at all, he'd move Saquon or AB for multiple players, but the deadline's coming up, and he's probably not going to do it. So Joe will be relegated to, maybe hanging stickers next year if he loses this matchup. Alas, though, I got to give Joe the W in this one. I just don't think Rich has enough firepower unless Gronk turns things around. I hate DJ Moore. I think he's awful, but he is getting the touches, so I understand. You got to play DJ Moore. So he's doing okay. I just don't like him. So on to Nothing to See Carry On, which is, of course, Tony Jr., who's named his team after a guy that's just horrendously bad lately. But that's not my business. Phillip Rivers, look at this wide receiver situation from Tony Jr. Tyler Lockett, Tyrell Williams, that is the stuff of nightmares. That is awful. Tyler Lockett is absolutely unplayable. He belongs in free agency. Tyrell Williams will get 3 or 4 targets, and the catch to that, though, is he might catch 2 of them for 80 yards and 2 scores. Tyrell Williams goes ham against the Raiders this week. Rivers to Tyrell, I'm predicting 80 yards and 2 scores from Rivers to Tyrell Williams. Kareem Hunt is, of course, going to eat the Arizona Cardinals for lunch. Cardinals are the worst run D in football, and I expect the Chiefs to just beat the ever-living crap out of the Cardinals. Spencer Ware is not even a bad play because the Chiefs might get up by that much where it's a Spencer Ware game in the second half. From Jared's side of things, Jared's team's competitive. He's just good enough to lose every week. So he's putting up points. He's losing. So, Cam Newton, meh, he's okay. At Pitt, meh, okay. McCaffrey, meh, at Pitt, don't really like it. I think Davante Adams catches 1 or 2 of those 7. That's right, 7 Aaron Rodgers touchdown passes this week. So it all ties back into that. Jimmy Graham, Davante Adams, going to have big games. I got to give the prediction here to Jared. Jared is getting this W despite Phillip Rivers and Terrell Williams going off. Sorry, Tony. You're getting knocked off by the Jer Bear. Now, King of the North versus Juan Has No Honor. You guys know the deal. Merz's team has 3 huge games this year and 6 games where he's been a big fat pile of crap. Now, you know what the deal is going to be. He just had a huge game, so that means his next 2 or 3, he's going to be a big fat pile of crap. So Merz is going to be lucky to cross 70 in this one. Tevin Coleman, it was an absolute aberration last week. He's a pile of crap. Don't like him. James White, now Sony Michel's back. Rex Burkhead's even practicing. Looks like he's returning week 13. Probably should have sold James White when you had the chance because Rex Burkhead is not going to be eating into Sony's looks. So from senior side of things, of course, Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Melvgore against the Raiders. Austin Eckler, I think, is a great play this week. Senior's going to beat the ever-living crap out of Matt. This one's not going to be close. My bold prediction for this one is Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and it all ties back, is going to catch 100 yards and just one of Aaron Rodgers' seven touchdown passes this week. So there you go. Senior getting the W. Merz has no chance, and he's going to be hanging stickers. So on to, or getting beer. He'll probably be the beer bitch. He's good enough to be the beer bitch, but, Rich will be hanging stickers. So on to John Vetri, who is undefeated since taking over for Jason. Vetri has taken over and righted this ship. He's dominating week in and week out, playing against Reese, who's lost 2 straight, and now doesn't have Robert Woods. Thank you so much, by the way. I love Robert Woods. I can't wait to watch Robert Woods go ham and be pretty much the main reason, other than Aaron Rodgers' 7 touchdown passes, that Steve loses this week. It's going to be great. Starting the Kansas City defense is always bold. They're not great, but they're at home against Arizona, and they have been playing better lately. I like it, man. It's bold, and I think the Kansas City D could get it done, though. O.J. Howard has been an absolute freak beast. The combo of Ryan Fitzpatrick to O.J. Howard is awesome. I think I'd look for that to keep rolling. Doug Baldwin is droppable, though. There's no way in hell that you can possibly play him over Josh Gordon. That's just absolute heresy and stupidity. You can't do it. On to Reese's side of things, great matchup for the Rams at home against the Sea Chickens. Todd Gurley should have a monster game as per usual. I expect he's going to outpace his 13.9 he did last week, easily hitting his projection of 22 this week. My bold prediction, though, is that Leonard Fournette's going to have about 60 scoreless yards at Indy. Indy is actually really tough on interior runs. You may not know this, but with Margus Hunt in there, they have actually been very tough on interior runs. They get beat more in the passing game and on the outside, and that is not Leonard Fournette's game. I expect TJ Yeldon to be more involved this week. Carlos Hyde's going to get involved, and that's also another thing. I think Hyde steals the touchdown from Fournette. Just call it a gut feeling. I just think he's going to because Gus Bradley's a jerk. So I'm going to go ahead and give the nod to Vetri here pending that he gets Josh Gordon in there over Doug Baldwin, because that's silly. Doug Baldwin sucks, dude. So there you go, guys. There are your matchups, and I will see you guys with the recap on Tuesday. Best of luck.